Okay, hi guys, I'm back for my second part to the pastelillos, the pork fried pastelillos. Okay, however, I did want to tell you guys, if you want to make these as is with just the pork inside the dough, perfectly fine, super duper delicious, plain Jane, it's super good that way too. However, you can do a different twist as well. You can add like little dices of potatoes in it, and do different cheeses, and I'm gonna show you my station here to exactly how I'm gonna do a little adding on to these. I'm gonna do some with just the pork, and then I'm gonna do another batch with the dices of potato, which you're gonna see in all my little clips that I do, along with this beautiful thick cut cheese that I got. Okay, so I'm gonna do a flip side. But before I do that, I'm getting my gloves together so I can start shredding that pork. So take a look at this. Look at that. Yummy, 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 yummy. So all I'm doing is I'm shredding all this to the itty bitty gritty. I do have to drain some of this before I start shredding it. And I'm gonna have it to perfection. Let's fall off the bone. I had it sitting out for a little bit, and you will see the aftermath to that. All right, so if you look at my station here, you will see the ingredients that I showed in my first video, the orange dough that I'm using for this dish instead of the white dough. Para empanadas, same thing. Don't forget, check the coconut flour out, the organic. It's beautiful. It gives a nice touch to the dough, as I told you guys earlier. So please use this on this kind of dough. Whenever you buy these pre-packaged dough, this goes very good to the dough. It makes this nice and easy to tuck in to fry, and also it gives it a nice punch to the dough as well. Okay, and also, so I have my cheeses here. This is the Borden thick cut cheese that I'm using, mild cheddar, for this beautiful, lovely pastelillo. So you can, like I said, you can do it plain Jane, just as is with the pork, or you can add in your cheese and do some diced tomatoes. And these are just the golden petty tomatoes. I'm going to be peeling them, boiling them very quickly, and get to this super delicious dish. I also got some Haze avocados, which is my favorite. When I do take a bite of that delicious pastelillo, I like to have that little bite of that avocado. Beautiful plating setup is coming up along with all this prepping and cooking, my second video. And I'm gonna add all the clips together so it'll just be one long whole video. All right, guys, so happy to share this recipe, so I hope you guys are taking notes. All right, so it's time for this girl to shred this meat. Okay guys, so once you shred that pork on that bone, you want to make sure that you thoroughly go through all your meat and make sure that there's no little bones in it, no little hard pieces, because when it falls off it tends, you know, to get like, some of the stuff will fall off into the meat is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give you a little flip side so you can see how it should be shredded. I gave a little short clip a little earlier, and I'm gonna show you in my hand what I got here so you can take a look what I'm talking about. Okay, flip side. All right, so if you look here, see, these are the bones that I took out. There's still a couple more pieces in there. All right, so I'm just gonna put these aside here. Just wanted to show you that. But you know, these are the bones to the pork. And you want to make sure it's shredded to perfection. Look at that. You want to make sure it's all shredded. Make sure you thoroughly check it. You know, because it's just one big bone the way I bought it, if you see in the video, my package. But you just want to make sure like all those pieces are out. And you want to make sure you shred this meat really good, because remember, this is going into a pastelillo, so you want to make sure that bite is really delicious, nice and soft, with that dough, and along with that cheese and the potatoes, so good. Or like I said, you can do it plain Jane. So I do have my potatoes over here sitting here patiently, so I can go ahead and start dicing those up. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. And if you get any fatty pieces, okay, because you're gonna have some of those fatty pieces, you can chop them up very nicely with some little cooking scissors, or you can use a knife if you prefer. And then just make sure you don't have any of those hard fatty pieces as well. All right, so just make sure you check everything thoroughly before you make these pastelillos, before you stuff them up. Make sure every spoon that you put in each empanadilla, the dough, that you make sure that it is a perfect nice texture to the meat, and that the meat is all soft and you have no bones in it or anything that is going to be hard to mess up the dough when you fry. All right, so there you have it. I'm gonna give you a little up close now. All right, hold on a sec here. I'm gonna move these up a little bit, and that's what it should look like. It should look very mushy, and you, like I said, super delicious, so good. And this is gonna make about 40 empanadillas, okay? And all that flavors in there, if you see my first video, you'll know all the flavors that's in here. Super yummy, yummy. All right, guys, so I have my hot water boiling back here, and I have everything ready on my station. Cannot wait to share these this beautiful dish with you guys. Okay, so up next is just me doing the potatoes, and everything else is history on a plate. Okay guys, so we are ready to actually start boiling these white potatoes, small potatoes. I did want to show you very quickly, those of you that have been watching my channel, you will know that what I do when I peel potatoes. It makes a great breakfast to the skin when you take more than usually you would take off of a potato. So I'm going to do a flip side to show you, because these potatoes, they're very, very small. So you want to make sure that you savor some of that extra skin, and it makes a great breakfast. Check out my breakfasts on my YouTube channel. I have plenty platings that I fry my skin potatoes. So good. The crunch, just make sure you leave a little bit of that potato on it. And being that these potatoes are so small, which I'm going to do a flip side, these are perfect to skin off a little bit with the starch to the potato and have it in a freezer for the next day or for whenever you're going to do breakfast. And it makes a great dish, a great crunch for those dippy eggs and them sausages and bacon and all that good stuff. Anyway, let me do a flip side. All right, so here's my white potatoes, all nice and peeled up. I'm gonna dice these into itty bitty dices, okay? And that's gonna be, you're gonna see that in my little clips as well. But this is what I'm trying to show you, okay? If you look, of course, they're little potatoes, so when you peel them, you have to take a lot of that off, right? So if you see my channels, you'll know that I keep the skin, all this lovely skin, I freeze it, and it's good if you throw it in the freezer. It will not go bad, I guarantee you, for at least 2 weeks. and then you want to go ahead and fry them and use them. So just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, so let's get the potatoes in there. I have to start dicing them, and that's it.